Okay, so for ease of use, I'm going to set up my Red Cat. It's sitting on the HEM 27 mount. So, and then I've also got the this wonderful thing here, the Pier. So essentially, we've got the ASI 2600. We've got the 290. I've got my electronic autofocuser. We've got the ASIAIR Plus without antenna. We've got the MT3000. So this has got the setup for basically running the Wi-Fi off of it, and then essentially the Red Cat, which is sitting up on top. Oh, and my electronic filter wheel down here. So same setup, is just a little easier to do it all on the Red Cat. So just do a quick walk around and pan and.
Okay, so what do we got going on here? First thing first, I'm connected to the MT3000. I'm going to say this right now. It's too slow. You're going to need the MT3000 if you want to do this. I'm going to put some more information in the post, but again, you're going to need high-speed internet or you're going to need a network cable to run on your network or to your laptop directly into the ASIAIR Plus. There's just no way around it. I would love to say it's different, but there's limitations to what we're trying to do. We're trying to take a Raspberry Pi and make it be a NUC. It's better than the NUC, it is. It's not perfect. It's only 4 gigs of RAM, man. Like, what the hell do you want? And the processing power on it's just like mediocre at best, right? It's nowhere close to the processing power of a NUC, even if you had a Celeron at the lowest end, which is like the little one that I had that I was showing you guys earlier. With that out of the way, let me show what I did to get everything to work. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is open up Virtual here. We're just going to double click on it on the desktop, and it'll come up. As you see, it automatically got connected. It shows me all the ports in use. To do that, you can right click on it and choose auto use the device. You can also do that from the hub if you want everything to get connected, but the thing is we don't need the USB storage, so I just leave that alone. That's the little SD card on the side of the ASIAIR Plus. So the next thing up is we're going to open up Nina. So I'm going to launch up here. Come on, Nina. Oh. It's the weirdest program. Again, this is why I don't like to use Windows and I use ASIAIR Plus. I'm just saying that out loud so you know. Okay, so to get the camera to work, the first things first that we need to do is on here, it should pull up the settings on the camera. Maybe. There we go. Pulls up the settings on the camera. We need to make sure that the USB limit is set to 40, offset's 40, gain is 100. Everything else is good. Hit the OK button and then turn on the camera. The camera will turn on. That offset is important because without the offset being set at 40, it won't. We'll run into issues with the camera not getting connected to the laptop. Because again, what are we doing? We're running Debian on a Raspberry Pi. We're using a software called Virtual here, which is taking the USB ports and pushing them over the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is being sent over here to this laptop, and I am connecting to the ports so I can control the mount from the laptop. This is not, I guess, probably not ideal in an ideal world, but I think it's really cool that we're using the ASIAIR Plus in this way. It's different. It's something that we're not used to doing, and we're going way outside the realm of what most users are going to probably do with this. But I think it's cool. I think it's something that there's going to probably be somebody out there that's going to be like, you know what, I don't want to buy a PC. I'd rather just use the ASIAIR Plus, and if I have to pay $49 for some software to be able to manipulate it and use ASCOM, cool. The next thing up is our filter wheel in here. Oh, and one thing to note about the camera, you got to make sure to use that ASCOM driver. So let me just turn it off real quick here. On here, on the ASCOM driver, you have to use the ASCOM driver. You cannot use the ZWO optical driver. It just won't work. It'll have issues with the camera and it'll disconnect. So again, it's not perfect. It's not foolproof, but This is what it is with doing virtual USB over Wi-Fi. So freaking cool. Just hearing that sounds neat. We live in a really cool time with electronics and technology, to say the least. So the filter wheel, again, I'm using the ASCOM. I could try to use the optical one. I'm just sticking with this one because when I use this one, it actually lets me come in here. And as soon as it pulls up, it lets me edit the wheel and actually rename the filter wheel labels. So that to me is a win. So I'll just turn that on. The next thing up is our focuser. Again, ZW focuser, and then you can just turn it on. Whoops, wrong button. Oh, I can't close it with this window up. Turn that on and hit close. Okay, that's up. And then the next thing up is our telescope, and we'll go ahead and turn on the telescope. It's probably not going to get connected because I rebooted everything. So hold on, let me just reset the Wi-Fi real quick. Menu. Where is it at? Settings. Wi-Fi. Restart. Cool. Then we can hit back to go back. Okay, so it should have restarted. So now at this point, I should be able to get connected. Hot dog. So it's connected now. I've got that working. I just had to restart the Wi-Fi because I rebooted the router earlier. So everything should be good to go here. So we'll just, can I not close that? Why can't I close that? That's weird. Welcome to Windows. We'll just minimize that for now because I don't know what else to do with it. The next thing up is our guider. We've got PhD on, so we'll turn that on and it'll launch PhD. Comes up, connects to the camera, finds the camera, everything's good. One thing to note, let me just stop this real quick. On here on the camera, I'm actually using the ZWO ASIAIR driver. So on here, I've got that driver set. So if you choose it, it's at the very bottom. I'm not using the ASI camera ASCOM driver. I was having some weirdness with it. So I found that the ASIAIR camera profile worked. Again, this is not perfect, but this is what we're doing to use one device to rule them all. So in here, when you choose the camera, you hit the little drop down menu and then you can choose the 290 and then you connect. It's good to go. You close it. On the darks, one thing to note is when I created the dark library, I couldn't go past 3 seconds. It kept freaking out, so I just left it at 3 seconds. Anyways, when I normally guide with the ASIAIR, I don't ever go over 2 seconds, so it should be fine. And then to start guiding, you would just turn it on. Oh, sorry. Hit the refresh button. It would turn on. It would find some stars. It's not finding stars in the house. Surprise. So that's kind of the breakdown on that. Trying to move out of the way just so you can see the mount because it's freaking kick-ass mount. Short of that, here we can go to imaging, and then on the imaging, I'm just going to drag myself down here to the bottom so we can see. So on here, you can just hit the start button. I have it looping at 5 seconds, and you'll see it pulling across the image, and it's taking images, and basically no problem. It loads it. It'll try to find the stars, preparing and stretches, and then analyzes for stars, and then it'll take the next image after it analyzes it, and it just keeps going. One thing I do want to show you is in the Virtual Here software, if you right-click on the USB hub and go to About, you can go see the statistics, and it'll just show you the statistics that's going on in terms of how it's handling itself. As you can see, as it takes pictures and stuff like that, you'll see the latency and stuff like that. And the latency doesn't get too bad on it. However, if you use the ASIAIR Wi-Fi, forget about it. It's not going to work. Again, the latency is just too much. The latency I was getting was like 2,000 milliseconds. This will get up there still a little bit, but it'll still continue to take pictures. So even though the latency will go up a little high, like it probably will get to 2,000, it probably won't ever time out because the Wi-Fi is, again, so much faster than the traditional ASIAIR Wi-Fi, which, again, it's good, it works, it's fine with the ASIAIR Plus, but we're really trying to push the limits of what the ASIAIR Plus and Pro can do. We're really pushing the limits. I mean, we're doing virtual USB over network. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. Just listen to that. It's crazy. And then we're going to use this to image with, and like we're going to be sure it's going to be good. All right. Well, we'll see how it is because it's getting a little darker outside. It's 7 o'clock right now, so it'll probably about 8 o'clock. You can go out and start setting up and get all this working. So anyways, with that, I just wanted to show you again. You'll see some of the images are pausing out. It's taking a really long time to read them and digest them. The thing that I did notice is that by recording this and doing this all at the same time, it's just eating up a lot of bandwidth on this computer. It's just a little laptop. It's a decent. I think it's an i5. Okay. Anyways, with that, we'll finish this video up.